From Lalate headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons Lalate.
Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. It's the top of the second and final hour on Afternoons Lalate. The president could sign your $1,400 third stimulus check package bill within days. But today, two shocking developments hit across the board and shocked Wall Street. The first came as Democrats called for multiple stimulus checks under the next stimulus package. And Elizabeth Warren showcased her wealth tax, a bill introduced Monday that could set up funding for an increase for your SSI and SSDI, that $2,400 that we've been wondering for a while. Meantime, huge news minutes ago as the president announces that the entire country could be vaccinated by May because of a deal he brokered between Merck and Johnson & Johnson earlier today. A huge day as a country starts to reopen across the board. We have all these big news and more about your third stimulus check, your fourth stimulus check, and everything else in between. This is a major recording of great news here on Afternoons Lalate. Thank you, Arlette, for becoming a member. Purple Hawk, what a big day it is. The President of the United States started minutes ago telling America that by May, the entire country could be vaccinated. And this came after Sunday when the president urged Chuck Schumer to call for a quick vote of the $1,400 third stimulus check. And it's getting called for a vote tomorrow. Hey, how are you? It's a huge day. I've never seen so much great news in a long time in one day. This channel went live last Friday. This is the new Lalate. 6 hours of live programming. This is the final hour. I'm back with you with one more show after this Purple Money Right Now, and then a taped recording of Hazard Pay tonight at 7 o'clock on the West Coast, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Then back with you tomorrow morning for another 6 hours of live shows. But your $14 third stimulus check bill is being called for a vote as early as tomorrow. Chuck Schumer announced minutes ago that the Senate will have the $14 third stimulus check bill on the Senate floor tomorrow. 20 hours of negotiations and wrangling and voting will start. Yawn. Don't tune into that unless you like paint drying, watching paint dry. But there'll be one amendment and one amendment only to take out the $15 minimum wage. And then we got a law. The bill will be called for a vote on the Senate floor. All Democrats have already confirmed they're in favor of the bill. When you remove the $15 minimum wage, which is being removed, passes the Senate, goes back to the House, then on to the president the same day, and could become a law faster than you can blink. This is the incredible great news. In this recording, I'm going to go over all the deal provisions of the $14 stimulus check. I'm going to go over all the deal provisions of the third stimulus package, whether you're a single individual or the way you're not. But there's two other breaking developments today. And because I wasn't able to tape at noontime, and I've been trying to give you as much as I can, let me tell you two of them. I tipped you off about one of them right before this, in the recording right before this, from this man. And 11 other Democrat senators introduced a bill today that said, when you get ready for the fourth stimulus package, not this one, but the next one, we're going to demand that there's multiple reoccurring stimulus checks in there. MSCs. Yes. And in fact, he uses a word that I like better than multiple. He uses the word reoccurring. 11 senators said, we're going to give you the vote of support, your president, today and tomorrow tomorrow for the third stimulus package. But when you come back to me with the fourth stimulus package, because you're already working on it, we already know it. The president has confirmed his staff has been working on this package over the last few days. That when they've been working on it, no one knows about the stimulus check in there. Thank you, Carmen, for coming to Purple Heart. How are you? I love LA. I love you back, Lisa Jimenez. And there's Bonnie Kell, and there's Diana. Seasoning King, wake up your taste buds. Robert Baker, Margaret Owens, there's Stay More. I love it, Lalate. Julia, I love it too. And that's only the second great news. Hello, Wolves 534, and Michelle Wolfberry and Diane Jackson. And welcome, Carmen, to the room. There's just those two great news. I got more. Disco Duck, thank you for the super chat. It's this person. Oh, this person that delivered the big news yesterday and came back today with more big news. Who is this? It's Elizabeth Warren, Democrat from Massachusetts. Democrat from Massachusetts, who in a bill yesterday that got little to no press anywhere. I covered it. You saw it yesterday. It was a blockbuster. Today got a little bit more press. Why? This is the bill that pays the $2,400 of SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits. A standalone bill that pays for the program. Yeah, this is all in one day. This is all in one day on this channel. If you've not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Like this video. Share these videos on social media. Tag the elected officials. You saw the video before this was about the multiple stimulus checks. That's the one you got to tag the people. At the end of the video, I say who to tag this. This is the video you want to tag Elizabeth Warren on. Come on, this is a family that makes changes, wants you to be part of this family. The video two before this, I think, went 15,000 views in 20 minutes. We're going through the roof. You got to be part of this family. Let me cut back to Elizabeth Warren right now. I can't contain myself. Let me tell you what she's saying. She introduced yesterday a wealth tax that, thank you, Connie, for the super chat. A wealth tax that applies a 2% tax to individuals whose net worth is over $50 million. An additional 1% tax for people whose net worth is over $1 billion. Thank you for becoming a member. Official China. What a great name. And there's Connie with the dancing pair. I really appreciate it. The wealth tax is 2% for people whose net worth is over $50 million, and additional 1% for people whose wealth tax is over $1 billion. This is what she said yesterday. A wealth tax is popular among voters on both sides for good reason, because they understand the system is rigged to benefit the wealthy and large corporations. What's going on here? Let me explain it simply. During her campaign for president, Elizabeth Warren introduced to the Senate the bill which we talk about on this channel. The bill which is SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and veterans benefits, $200 a month for 12 months, plus a 20% increase of benefits, and, 20%, up to a 20% increase of benefits, and a new benchmark, not COLA, but CPIE. She introduced that during her campaign for president, and she also introduces the bill. When she introduced it on her campaign trail, people said, well, Senator Warren, how are you going to pay for this? I'll tell you. Then she would talk about another plan she was going to do. Senator Warren, how are you going to pay for this? I'll tell you. Take it calm. I'll tell it. Now, remember, Elizabeth Warren was was under consideration for Treasury Secretary. Now, she's good with numbers. That's one of the things she does. And then, during the campaign trail, she introduced this bill in documentation. Not as a bill, but in documentation. She said, if you elect me, I will introduce a bill for a wealth tax that pays for these items. Wow. Then Joe Biden came along and says, I will support her programs, I'll adopt her programs, and she withdrew for running for president, and he adopted her program for $2,400 of SSI and SSDI. But we never knew where it would come from. It's this bill. And so step one, is the bill to pay for SSI and SSDI. And the bill was introduced yesterday. And today she had more to say about it. What did she say? This is so exciting. This morning, she appeared on broadcast news and said so much more about the bill. She said that the bill is just sort of obvious. Yesterday, she said that as Congress develops additional plans to help our economy, the wealth tax should be at the top of the list to pay for this because the huge amount of revenue it would generate. It would generate $2.75 trillion over 10 years. And this morning, she said the following. And it's now set up to say we're not going to tax people who make less than $50,000. It's not about coming after people's homes and sub-zeros and figuring out what 4-year-old cars are worth. But if you have a fortune over $50 million, you pay on it. And if your fortune's below $50 million, you don't. Good for you, either way. I think that people rather be rich than pay 2 cents. It's really a tax on fortunes over $50 million. This is absolutely incredible. This is absolutely incredible. If you're just joining me and you're just sitting back and saying, there's a lot of news, LA. It is a lot of news. There's D. Scott, and there's Wendy, and there's Wendy King, and there's Alicia and Crayola King. There's a lot. This is a lot of news in just one day. Let me give you the recap. $14 third stimulus check bill is going to be called for a vote starting tomorrow in the Senate. And it's going to become a law. It's going to become a law. You're going to get that. The president set it up. He said no other amendments. It'll be 20 hours of chatter tomorrow. Not here, somewhere else. Teresa, I love your show. I've been watching you for almost a year. It's my birthday on Thursday. Teresa Oliver. Everyone welcome. Give Teresa Oliver a big happy birthday. Happy birthday, Teresa Oliver. Happy birthday. Today's Tuesday, so we're going to give you a happy early birthday, Teresa Oliver. And if you're 2 on Thursday, remind me again. I'll give you another Thursday. I'll give you another birthday shout out. Maybe the president will give you one as well. That was the big first news, that the $14 stimulus check is going to get called for a vote in the Senate tomorrow. Okay, that's the big, great news. Love you, LA. I love you back, Margaret Owens. And there's Disco Duck, and there's Leanne McCoy, who's a longtime viewer, and Diana Jackson, Connie Higgins, and Cheyenne B. Happy birthday. That was the first big news. Then we had the second big news from Bernie Sanders and 11 Democrats who said, you know what? We'll give you the vote tomorrow, but when you come back to us in a few weeks with that next bill, well, guess what? We want reoccurring stimulus checks. Thank you, Gail. There's Sean and Disco and Norma Mooning. I'm in here. Hey, Norman Moody, how are you? You're here. Thank you for joining me, Norman. He was on the video before. He's like, are you live? I'm like, yeah, I'm live. I am live. This channel is now all live, with the exception of throwback videos. This channel's all live. Everything you see is breaking. The news is breaking. I literally have in front of me an entire platform of news clippings, financial data. I have multiple screens. This is... You're not going to see a broadcast more advanced, more up-to-date, more technically innovative than this channel. So I want you to subscribe, hit that like button. You want to become a member to this channel because you literally see how this channel has gone from a guy outside in front of a hedge to now this level of information, interactivity, family, fun, information, birthday shout-outs. And a surfboard. But no $12 ice cream. And we're missing one thing. What do you think we're missing? The bacon. I have more for you coming up right after this. But first, here's some information about the community page. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook,
Twitter and Instagram individuals, reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LA Late Daily for the excitement of the new LA Late live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LA Late at 9 a.m. Home LA Late returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LA Late at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA Late.
Robin says, love for you from Mississippi. How are you? Love back to you, Robin in Mississippi. Love that area of the woods. And there's Disco Duck, and there's Bonnie, and there's Scott. How are you? North Platte, Nebraska here, says Scott. Thank you for tuning in, Scott. And there's Patricia. And there's Dennis. And there's Glenda. It's been fun to watch you grow. I really appreciate it. It's just a good day. Let me tell you the updates again. This is next to last video on this channel for today, which is live. After this is Purple Power. $5, $10, $15,000 you get money right now. Coming up right in about 15 minutes from now. And then I'm back with you for Taped with Hazard Pay at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's a Taped show with a live chat. I'm in the live chat with you. I have a lot of fun with that. This recording is your final update about your $14 third stimulus check. There's just a lot of news today. Let me go over each of the items one at a time. First, your $14 third stimulus check bill will be called for a vote starting tomorrow. Well, will be called for a vote tomorrow in the Senate. The Senate will argue the bill for 20 hours. I don't want to argue about anything for 20 hours, but they will be arguing it for 20 hours and then call it for a vote. The amendment to the bill will be the removal of the $15 minimum wage, and that removal will appease all Democrats because all Democrats will vote in favor of the bill. They've confirmed it when it's removed. 50 Democrats in favor of the bill will pass. That sets up the tiebreaker vote from VP Harris. VP Harris here is in the background. The bill will then go to the House later that evening, whatever day it is, and then back to the president to sign. And that bill will give you $14 stimulus check if you're an individual, $14 if you're an adult, $14 if you're a child, not taken out for debt collections, back taxes, or child support. Make less than $75,000, you're getting the $14 third stimulus check. There'll be other provisions in there in addition to the $14 stimulus check. The president's put in there $3,600 for a child 5 to newborn, $3,000 for a child 17 to 6. That's in addition to their $14 stimulus check. The payments will start in the month of July, every month prorated. So the children 5 to newborn, $300 a month, and the children 17 to 6, $250 a month starting the month of July. This is great news. America starts to reopen across this country and needs that relief. FPUC, UI, PUA, PEUC will also be extended from March to August. FPUC will be $400 a week. And this is something that the Treasury Secretary, Jerome Powell, has urged to get out right away. There'll be other money in there. In addition, there'll be money for rent, utilities, food, internet, rent for low-income class, middle class, and homeless people getting out of into homes as well. There'll be mortgage assistance. One of the things I got to remind you is that the mortgage eviction moratorium, the rent eviction moratorium expires in late August. The president may sign an executive order by then, but the eviction moratorium expires in late March. Did I say August? Late March. The eviction moratorium expires in late March. Wall Street's watching it. I'm watching it. This bill has a mortgage assistance in it. Gives you money for your privately held mortgage. There's also $1,500 of hazard pay if you made less than $25,000 as an essential worker during the pandemic. There is also money for college students, $1,700. And Elizabeth Warren, of course, has introduced a standalone bill, which is not this bill. That's $50,000 of student loan debt forgiveness. That's not this bill. That's still in the Senate. The president wants it at $10,000, not $50,000. And then there is money for businesses. There's 4 business grants. There is EIDL grant, $5,000 for existing businesses. There's a business grant to start and innovate a new business. There is a business grant of PPP that starts as a loan, turns into a grant. There is restaurant grants of $5 million for a location, and more. And how did I just say all that in 3 minutes? I was not reading it either. I was just doing it from memory. I thought to myself, I got to get that all out really quickly because I haven't given you a big recap of all the deal provisions in a few hours. So I wanted to get that out really quickly. So now you know everything that's in the third stimulus check package. $14 stimulus check and all that other great stuff. That's the first big great news of the day. The second big great news of the day came from Elizabeth Warren, Democrat, Massachusetts. What she is doing is the following. She's trying to fund programs that she has advocated for during her run for presidency with a wealth tax bill. And that wealth tax bill she wrote and introduced to the Senate yesterday. And that wealth tax bill would pay for $2,400 of SSI and SSDI, VA, veterans benefits, and additional money. This is huge, great news. Finally, the mechanism to pay for it has been introduced as a bill. You've wondered what's the update for SSI and SSDI. We finally have a functional update with substantive bill and legislation. The bill is a bill to tax uber wealthy people who have a net worth of over 50 million or 1 billion. And with that taxing, $2.75 trillion would be generated for the U.S. economy over 10 years. $2.75 trillion is far more than enough to pay for $2,400 a month for $2,400 over 1 year for SSI and SSDI, or $200 a month. You don't need $3 trillion. It's for that and other programs she wants to do. This is huge, great news. On the video before this, I said, could you imagine if someone walked up to me on the street and said, Lalate, next Monday will be your first Monday with the new channel, which you launched last Friday. And by Tuesday, 4 of your hashtag campaigns will have bills behind them. I'd be like, you're right. No, honestly, SSI and SSDI will get its first bill push, and then there's going to be an MSC bill. Well, today you don't have an MSC bill, but you have a letter by the legislators who say they're introducing one. What's that great news? The MSC. Bernie Sanders today with 10 other Democratic senators, not progressives in the House. These are moderate senators, not referring to Bernie, but moderate senators, wrote a letter to the president saying, we'll give you the support for the $14 stimulus check this week. But when you come back to us with the Recovery Act, which is the 4th stimulus package, we're demanding you have in there reoccurring stimulus checks. That's their words. Reoccurring stimulus checks. That's even better than MSC, multiple stimulus checks, because multiple stimulus checks could be one every few months. This is basically saying a check every month. How much, we don't know. Who would get it, we don't know. But this is this is just insane. I feel the legislative love. Who's in the room? Let me look over. Who's in the room? There's Colleen. There's Crystal Crayola's keeper. And there's Colleen Junkins. And there's Marie. You need to run for Senate. Wait a second. I've been reduced. Yesterday was president. Today I'm just Senate. Tomorrow I'll be just the mayor. Luscious love. I'm kidding. Paula Blatt. Breakfast Now, says Danita. Amber Jean. Betty Boop. We need an MSC reality break. We do. This is awesome, says Sherry. Colleen. I pay taxes. They took my credit, says Jacob. Jacqueline Albert giving me some bacon. You're amazing, Bonnie, says Tatisha. There's Paula. There's Linda Cole. There's Renee. There's a skipper. I'm here. There's Kim Watkins. And there's Arlene Larkin. Thank you. If you've not subscribed, this is the day to subscribe to this channel. I mean, wow. Wow. Now, you look at yourself in the mirror. Thank you. Was that Anita? Let me see. Who was that? That was Sita. I thought there was an A, so I'm glad I looked. So I would have said Anita, but it was Sita. Thank you, Sita, for the dancing pair. You should be proud of yourself, Purple Power. The viewers of this channel are Purple Power. You should be proud of yourself because in now 9 months and 100 million views, we have been pushing for MSC. We have been pushing for SS200. Every tweet I have sent out since probably about October or September has been MSC, SS200, and FPUC Retro. Every tweet that comes out of this channel has that in there in the tags. This is absolutely huge news. Let me tell you what else is happening across the board. There's a lot of big developments from Wall Street which impacts your stimulus. First, the retail play. Kohl's and Target reported earnings. What is the retail play or the reopening play? It refers to companies that will benefit when this economy reopens. And Target and Kohl's delivered blockbuster earnings reports and earnings per share numbers this week. That would basically signal that the president has to set up that fourth stimulus package quicker rather than sooner. He can't just have the fourth stimulus package sit around and get to it in December or something. He has to do it now. America's reopening. California, states across the country are starting to reopen. Someone in one of the comments in this video just a second ago said Texas is starting to reopen. The president minutes ago said that the vaccination of this country will be fully complete as early as May. And this is because of what I detailed to you earlier today. I told you it was a big story when it happened. I told you when I heard it this morning, I thought, this is a game changer. What was it? A deal brokered by the President of the United States with two corporations. I would never normally hear something like this, but I did. A deal by the President of the United States brokered between Merck and Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson has the patent, the technology, the authorization now for a single-dose vaccine. But it doesn't particularly have the manufacturing capability to roll it out as much as the president would like. So the president made a deal for Merck to manufacture more of the Johnson & Johnson doses so they could flood America with these single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccines, which is one analyst last night in local news here in LA called it the workhorse because it doesn't have to be refrigerated like the Pfizer and the Moderna one and can be shipped easier, stored easier, single dose. So you're saving 28 days because remember, it's 28 days between the double doses. You're cutting off a whole month in the process. This is huge because now you would see the reopening of the country faster. But reopening does not mean we're financially stable. That's what Jerome Powell here, who is head of the Federal Reserve, has said. We may reopen, but we still need more stimulus. Why does Congress need to argue for 20 hours? I have the same question, Tina. I have the same question. Yeah, I don't want to argue about anything for 20 hours. America's starting to reopen, but even if we reopen, how financially stable are we? Well, guess what? I'm going to help you get more stable financially as I return with the final video of this channel right after this in just 2 minutes. It's purple. $5, $10, $15, $20,000 money right now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now. I want you to get purple money because you're going to get third stimulus, the $14 stimulus check, and then everything else after that is a little bit slow. After the $14 stimulus check, the children's checks don't come till July. The EIDL does come in about 15 days, but not everyone gets an EIDL. And then the other things in the third stimulus package take a little bit of time. I don't want you to wait around. I don't want you to be a check tracker. I want you to be a check casher. This is going to be a great year for you financially. So I want you to stay with me for the final big recording as we come back with purple right after this on a big recording of Afternoons Lalate.